Welcome back, everyone. I know it's been a while since my last video, but don't worry, this will explain it all. So after leaving Wrightwood, my miles had dropped down a little bit. Basically, everything is going to be under 15 because I had hurt my knee going over Baden Powell. I decided that because I dropped my miles and my knee was not getting better, that I was going to take some time off. It was a quick judgment snap decision, so literally within 5 hours of me deciding this, I had gotten off trail, hitchhiked to LAX, and gotten a plane out of there because I knew that I was going to try to get back on trail as possible. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this video right here, I recorded it with the intention of sharing it with you guys, but this is basically point 2 from the peak of Baden Powell. After I had injured my knee, you can kind of see that it's taped up. Kind of as a blessing in disguise, the wind made it so it was pretty much inaudible, but this video was a pretty vulnerable moment for me. I end up crying, and I kind of like talk about the real stuff of backpacking. Like, it isn't always, fun and exciting. Sometimes it's really sucks and it really is really hard. I would say my day on Baden Powell was probably the hardest backpacking day I've had to date, and that includes every day that I had last year on the AT. Basically, this video is me talking about how my friends are up at the summit, but I just knew I couldn't make it in time and still do the extra mileage that we had planned, and kind of mentally working myself through this process and self-soothing. The reason I did not get off on this day is because I firmly believe that you should not get off trail on your worst day. You should give it a couple of days, preferably when it's sunny, preferably on an easy mile day, because 99% of the time, if it's not injury related and it's mental related, you'll change your mind and you'll stay on trail. But this was just something that I knew that if I got off trail, I would not be able to through hike because I would not have enough time because of my officer training school for the Air Force that I have at the end of summer. So it was a pretty emotional day for me. That means my backpacking videos will most likely wane and more of my content will be towards other things. I do have a week-long trip on the Colorado Trail planned for this summer, so see some content regarding that. I have a camping trip in Alaska, so we'll see some of that, and then maybe more towards some Air Force related content. So if this is where you decide to leave me, I'd like to bid you adieu. Thank you for watching my journey thus far. It means a lot to me, and a lot more of you seemed interested than I initially thought. So a little bit of a disappointment that I couldn't vicariously carry you up to the border, but don't worry, plenty more adventures to come, plenty more content to be created. I just don't know what that's going to look like, but I guess that's why I said that this YouTube channel was for personal reasons and for a mini series. All right, so let's transition to my time back on trail. Boom, back on trail 11 days later. You can see I no longer am wearing my knee brace. I was able to pick up exactly where I left off at mile marker 403 because this glorious soul of a woman named mile marker picked me up from LAX and drove me 2 hours to the trailhead. Here are my mileage for the next week as I knocked out the desert section. I feel immensely proud of these miles right here. Almost all of them are over 20. And then I had my longest day ever on trail, which was 31.6 miles. That was my last day hiking the world's second largest wind farm, which was crazy. And then I just ended the day with my mom picking me up in Tehachapi at the road crossing and driving partially home. This trail has been so different than the AT, and I've learned so much. Part of me wishes that I did have the time to just knock out the whole thing or even spend more time on trail, but that's just not the best use of my time and resource right now. I am newly married. I have things to do to prep for the officer training school. So stay tuned, I guess, if you want to see more of that. Thank you for watching, and this is the end of my thru hiking mini series for now.